Derek Chavez.
Here.
Lori Fairby.
Here.
Karen Schultz. Kate Bliss, not. Bob Blair. And Melissa.
Here, sorry.
Right.
What are you doing, typing up the minutes?
This is how I take notes.
Oh, you're gonna take notes?
For myself.
Ah, okay, all right, John.
I can actually read them after I do this.
Instead of scribbling them.
Would have helped if I brought a pen, but.
I might have an extra, hold on.
Well, let's see, this
I was gonna say,
Are
I'm
we
in my office.
being recorded, or what is?
Yes.
It is. Hi there.
Recorded.
Okay, call to order. We have a vote to approve the minutes of the previous meetings, 8:26 and 9:30.
Vote to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Linda
Aye.
Robinson?
Aye.
John Barrett?
Aye.
Derek Chavez? Lori Fairby?
Aye.
Karen Schultz?
Well, that worked well.
Bob Blair, aye. Mrs. Sargent, you don't have
How's
to.
it been?
I don't have
That was not working very well.
Done. Item 2, review the responsibilities of a COA board.
Red pen, which is what I
Yes.
So this was
This is the only pen
brought
I
up at
have.
the last meeting that we wanted to kind of tighten up our board and kind of go over rules and responsibilities. So I did send everybody the lengthy MCOA
My
packet.
God, what a document that was.
Have you been sending it to my UMass or Gmail?
I will double check.
Make sure you send it to my UMass.
UMass one? Okay.
Wow.
That's
Um,
just a black hole. My Gmail account.
So I sent
think
that
Bob
to the
does
right
the same
email
thing.
then. It was the only email I could find for you.
Um,
Oh, okay.
Did you get the COA minutes?
No.
I just sent them like,
Oh,
what, 2 hours ago?
What stands out about our responsibilities for those who have actually just read that, which I have not yet, I'm sorry to say.
So basically, it's just, you know, we go by our bylaws, and the only thing that I could find was in the town bylaws. This is hereby established a council on aging consisting of 7 citizens of this town appointed by the select board members for terms not to exceed 4 years for any member. Said term shall be staggered, so
I'll see you
that
later, I think.
not
4 years.
more than 3 appointments shall be made in any calendar year. Members can be reappointed for successive terms.
Oh, you're
not off the hook. The duties of said council on aging shall be to identify the total needs of the community's elderly population, educate the community and enlist support and participation of all citizens concerning these needs, design, promote, or implement services to fill these needs or coordinate present existing services in the community, promote and support any other programs which are designated to assist elderly programs in the community. Said Council on Aging shall cooperate with Commonwealth of Massachusetts Office of Elder Affairs, which is no longer actually the Office of Elder Affairs, it is Aging and,
Independence.
yes. And shall be cognizant of all state and federal legislation concerning funding, information exchange, program planning, which consists for better community programming for the elderly. Said Council on Aging shall give an annual report to the select board members, which I do, with a copy of that report directed to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, which I also do because that's how we get funding for some of our grant money. So, that was last amended June 22nd of 2020, so none of that bylaw has changed from the town. But basically, it's just to make sure that everybody kind of knows why you're part of this team, and what we should be working on, or working towards, which was another thing that was asked, for us to come up with goals as a council on aging, what we want to accomplish in the next, I'll say, 6 months, 7 months till the fiscal year ends, to give us some things to work on. I do have the survey results as well that we will talk about later. You don't need to have the goals right here, but just think about them and we'll visit it at the next meeting. I'll put that on the agenda. Just some things that you want us to accomplish and be able to help the seniors more.
I can think of one on item 6, oddly, and that's on this agenda, but anyway.
It is. That's gonna be exciting as well.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So basically, just in a nutshell, just so everybody is aware, we are more than a coffee, drinking, bingo playing place. We do offer a wide range of services, and according to Mass Council on Aging. It's programs, outreach support, wellness, recreational classes, typically delivered at senior centers or community centers or in room 118. No two centers are alike, and programs vary widely. And I did attend a conference last week, which is kind of further down the agenda, but I do have some highlights from there that
That'll be good.
I really found
But I think
rewarding.
it should be mentioned that we are now meeting those,
Yes, yes. I'm
later.
trying. I am
think you've come
hosting,
a
I am
long way.
promoting.
So-
We're moving in that direction.
Some attendance is not where I want it to be, but that's one of the things that I learned, don't beat yourself up. You have to try and figure out what your community wants, and some things under crafting might go very well, and some things just won't. But all
Well,
you can do is
sometimes
keep,
maybe not
going out.
initially, but you just keep
yeah.
working to build them up.
Yep.
Yep.
So that it's basically, I keep saying basically. COA board members typically serve in an advisory capacity. Board members help set, review the COA's policies in conjunction with the director. So we just did a whole bunch of that with the van. I'm sure we will have more coming up as we start getting more programs and things going. Director manages daily operations, involvement in day-to-day functions. Operations not a board member's responsibility, but you do have the ability to come to me for advisory. And then role clarification provides it's detailed information about the expectations and limitations of a board member. So I won't go into too much of that. You guys all have this copy. But it's just understanding that your duty is to understand, support, carry out the COA's mission on behalf of older residents, honest communication among the COA board chair and the director. COA as a municipal department embodies the dedicated staff and older adult participants, but also the diverse voices and goals of the broader community it serves. COA director seeks board members who enjoy collaboration, advocacy, civic engagement, and reflect the diversity of the company or community. So I think that is just as long as everybody has, that in their mind, that we are here for the elders in the town, and we're trying to do everything we can for them.
Collaboration's an important part of it,
Yeah.
as mentioned, but
Yeah, I have that further down my list too with another group in town. This is gonna be all me today. You guys don't even have to talk. Thank you for coming. And so, we do have, some legal obligations, open law meeting, or open meeting law, public records law, conflict of interest, ethics classes, certificates and whatnot. And you guys are all currently doing that, but this first part of the agenda is just gonna start to kind of refresh us on what we're doing, to make sure that we are the leaders of the boards and committees instead of breaking open meeting law every meeting we have, or, and saying, well,
You don't wanna
nobody
do
caught
that.
us.
That was the one that when I tried to go through this document.
That was
The
yeah.
legal impact of role was sort of new to me. I didn't realize it had that much impact.
Yes, it does. And so, yeah, that I think will, if everybody is in agreement, adding the open meeting law to the next agenda, we'll start there with kind of picking apart, the things to make sure that we're following the rules.
has everyone taken the state ethics test?
Yes.
Good.
So,
How often
Yeah, I
does
don't-
that have to be done?
every year, I think.
Every
Every
year or
every
2
2
years?
years?
Conflict of interest, just saying that you recognize it is in January once a year,
Yeah.
every 2 years
For the ethics.
the
And
actual training.
D has all those.
Yeah.
So when you do them, your
She tracks them.
certificates, you
Yeah.
give them to D.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can touch base and find out, when everybody expires.
I think we get reminders. I
We
remember
do.
getting
I
an
do.
email
And I
reminder.
think-
I get a reminder, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna say that I think she didn't stagger it. I think she made everybody do it again, so everybody was on the
I
same
think you're right. Yeah,
time
that
last time we
sounds
did it, and
right.
it was shortly after I started, but I had just taken it for Clinton, so I didn't have to do it, or I did do it again, I don't know. But I think, I don't think we're all in different spots anymore. I think she kinda tried to have everybody on the same, like, throughout the town.
But you took
So
it
it's
in
easier.
Clintonese and not in Berlinese, so.
I think I took it both. I think I had to print the certificate for her. I was like, it's an easy one. I'll just redo it.
Yeah, coincidentally, mine was up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
and I still trying to figure out how to pull a certificate saying it's complete off the
Okay.
system, but
Okay.
it's done.
Yeah.
They don't, I get
And
it.
it'll show with the state that it's been completed, so if anybody had a question, we could just
I
go that way,
I
but
thought
we just
they
like to
issued it
keep.
after you submitted, you get something back.
No, I do it through UMass.
Oh.
Yeah, they won't even let me put in a time card if mine expires.
I'm not sure I completed that document. I was trying to
Oh,
think.
well, let's make sure that you do.
Yeah, I'm not sure I
I
did.
can't find the email now. Would it have come from Dee?
I believe
See,
so.
that's what I thought too, but I'm not sure why.
I believe she forwarded the link to
Hmm.
everybody. Do you remember?
Oh,
I know I
It's-
can get you the links, I'll send them to you while I'm sitting here.
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
just so we
And I
know that we're
also
all.
have in front of me where everybody is in that process, so I can.
Oh.
Okay, good,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
There we go. It's
Thank you. So then, I mean, I guess that's, we've got a lot to cover on that stuff, so I don't wanna take up all of the beginning or all 45 minutes of the meeting. But I kinda have a stopping point and we'll just kinda pick up on, processes. If anybody is reading through it and they have any questions outside of a meeting, just email me, let me know.
Okay.
If I don't have the answer, then I'll go to either legal or, Dee and Kristen, as human resources and figure out what the clarification is.
Item 3, appoint COA board positions.
Yeah, so we should have a clear definitive who's the board, or who's the chair, the vice chair, secretary, and treasurer. And with Pat, leaving, we do not have a vice chair any longer, and so we need to make sure that we are on track with all positions being filled. That doesn't mean that if you no longer wanna be the chair, you can say I don't wanna be the chair, and someone can, two other
Later.
people, it's whatever, but you guys will need to talk about it and vote. Does
Yeah.
anybody not know the responsibilities of the positions that you want me to read them? Does anybody want a position that they wanna get rid of a position that you don't want? I mean.
We're putting them in a hat, we're just gonna
Right,
draw.
That's
yeah.
a good way to do
It's-
it.
Is there,
I think the position of chair should rotate. I don't think it should be the same person
okay, yeah,
in
We've always
perpetuity.
we have rotated it before.
yeah,
Maybe
I've
not
been,
since
I've
you,
been
not
chair
since
for at
you've been
least
here.
3 years or 4.
3 or 4, so
Okay,
you're
well,
at the,
before that,
at the
before
end of
that.
your chair?
I'm on
Right,
the edge
right.
of my chair, yes. It was,
It was a co-chair, so it
Yes.
was.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
the
yeah.
co-chairs.
Yeah, yeah, and that's, they just listed as vice chair steps in for the chair during his or her
She
absence
had no
or
vices, so she was a co-chair.
inability
And
to
now she's
perform
gone,
their
so now-
duties.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, they just word it differently, but it's the same, yeah.
So we got chair,
So you
vice
have
chair.
chair, co-chair, vice chair,
Secretary
secretary,
and
and
treasurer.
then there's a treasurer, which
It's on the paper, on
The-
paperclip your thing.
treasurer's not,
Take the paperclip off, Bob.
it doesn't we don't have to have a treasurer. Kate signs right now, so I think we consider her a treasurer.
Does he not?
Because we don't have, we don't do the majority of all of you having to sign the warrant, the expenses. She just does it for
That's what he's looking for.
the easier.
It's that document, Bob.
He doesn't have it.
This one?
Yeah, look at it.
Did I not print, are you missing one, Bob?
Oh, no, it's right there.
Yeah.
You have it.
Oh, chair,
Yeah,
vice
so
chair.
just so you can follow along.
Okay. So
That
presently,
is
So next to
my
chair, we're writing Bob
point.
Blair.
we have
Yeah, that's-
only one of those positions filled, do we not?
Well, we have.
I mean, I
Karen
think
as
it's been kind of
secretary.
like a loosey-goosey, like Karen is just taking the minutes, and then if she's not here, Kate usually does it, but
What's the sense
Is
of the
it
board? Do we
listed?
want to formally establish these positions? I mean, not establish the positions, occupants of the positions.
yes,
I think we need to.
we should be
Yeah.
having a name
Yeah.
attached to the positions. But that is for, again, we reviewed and I set a point, but if you guys have questions or need time to think about whether you wanna stay in a position, if you're ready to make a switch, if you think somebody else would wanna do it, if you need time, I'll add it, to the next agenda, but I didn't know if there were some people that were like, I'm ready.
Is Kate on the call?
She's not.
No, okay.
She's not.
I'm happy to do whatever you need me to do. I'll do something, because I feel like I haven't had much responsibility.
I'm similar. I haven't been on the board long enough to understand.
And I
Some of
think
the
that's,
things, yeah.
we kind of, I mean, since I've been here, we've had two new people come in, and so, just kind of, I guess it's just trying to clarify, make sure all our
It's
ducks
very
are in a
helpful.
row.
Yeah.
So,
That's very helpful.
John, is there anything you're interested in?
None of these positions, no.
Yeah,
All right.
Terrible at interviews.
We're
Then that's-
signing you to
yeah,
sign.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
so we're
thinking-
just gonna put you in
I'm
one then,
thinking,
no?
oh shit, oh no.
Do you want to co-chair with Bob?
I was gonna say,
Hospitality chairman, was, you
I just
know?
want to
That
just
one's not on there.
observe with no
is
responsibilities
now.
for a little bit longer.
okay, and that's
Yeah,
totally fine,
Okay.
because I know that
For now.
they do have like subcommittees and work groups, but that's just more
I'm
of, you
on your
know,
list.
coming to the events and showing support.
Yes, you are.
Which is another
Okay,
part
so
of
to,
the
so to move it
board.
along, does the board want to put people in these positions now, or do you want to think about it
Do you
till the
wanna
next
think about-
meeting? Decide which ones you want to put your name in the hat for? How do you want to do this?
I don't think
No?
anybody wants their names in the hat. I can see, I'm reading the room here.
I'll be.
Nobody wants
You
their names
just
in the
tell
hat.
me
Feet
what
wet
to
yet.
be.
Yeah,
Hat?
Tell you what to be, Linda. Okay.
I'll be vice chair then. Okay,
There you
Laurie
go.
decided.
Fill it in.
okay,
Hey,
Okay, there's one.
there's
Are you
one.
keeping secretary?
Would you like to
Well,
keep
does anyone
secretary?
want it? I know John is begging over there.
Yeah. No, no, all right, and you're new, so you don't wanna take too much.
Right now,
If
The only
nobody
other
wants
one
it,
would
I
be
will
Kate.
continue.
Okay.
I do apologize, I don't usually get them done immediately.
So, that, I
That's
mean, that's okay.
You Get them done before the next
I
meeting.
I
Bob
tried
didn't say
also
okay.
to start bringing, like my talking points, that way
That was so
you refresh, but you don't
That
have
was
to kind of
excellent.
write
I
everything down
truly
real
appreciate
quick.
it, right, because the numbers sometimes I miss. and
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect, I truly appreciate that.
So we've got vice chair, so we still, in your
who would like to be
keeping
chair?
secretary.
I was gonna say, are you
Oh,
hanging on?
Oh, are you
to
hanging
that?
on?
I
I
had put
thought
your
you
name
were-
down, Bob. Your name's
thought
already
you
on the
were-
list.
I'm not trying to be the career chair of the,
No?
I think
Okay.
I think it's healthy for a board to change
switch it,
positions.
okay.
Yeah,
You want the chair instead?
Do you want the
I'll
chair?
be whatever you want me to be.
Linda.
I'll be whatever
You'll be- okay.
needs to be done.
Well,
How's that?
who wants to be the chair, priority chair? Do you want to do that and have a,
Yeah,
Lori, are you
that's it.
interested in any?
Not really.
That's why I said don't put those
That's
names in a
why
hat. I
Right.
can see.
Okay,
How about Linda
Let's-
as chair?
let's, who?
Linda?
As
Linda as
chair.
chair?
Linda's
But
the
do we need a,
Okay.
who wants to do the vice?
Vice chair's like president, vice president of the United States, they don't have to do one.
I'm like,
You just
maybe I
need
should just
to
volunteer for
volunteer.
that one.
Or Bob, do you want to move more to a vice? He can do that, right?
move toward
from chair to
vices, I don't know.
vice
I don't
chair.
see why not.
Trying to be a good
Right?
person, vice was not my,
I just want to make sure that I'm not breaking any,
I don't,
I couldn't find the,
I,
yeah, no, you could do.
somebody else want to be vice chair?
Laurie, that would be a good job for you. I wouldn't mind doing that.
See,
Vice,
there you are.
okay.
Okay.
Goody.
Bob, are you trying to not have anything, or do you want to do?
My car's waiting.
Bob, you know,
Bob's
Bob,
done with
You
us.
Bob,
just
you
want to
don't
be
wanna
a
be the
member, and that's
secretary?
okay, right? It's
Bob?
just trying to
Eh?
figure out.
secretary?
No, I am of another group already. And
Are we keeping Kate as the treasurer at this point?
Oh,
I would, and then we can
Yeah.
just,
ask her.
if nobody
Yes.
else is
That's
adamant about wanting it, I feel like
So she's not here, we can assign.
we'll just,
Oh,
and
she's
we
not
can, we
Yeah,
can
she's-
revisit it
Actually, I think, no. she's
and
not.
confirm, or we can put these ideas and then you can vote next
Next
meeting.
time.
Okay.
These
have an
just to
idea.
have names,
so all we lack at this point is a secretary.
secretary unless.
Do we need to vote?
I would, just to
Yeah.
make sure that
Okay.
everybody knows
Definitely.
what they're taking on and
Do we
Yeah.
want to wait, or do we just
Yeah.
want, okay,
I would
that's
say
fine.
let's
Okay.
just so everybody has an idea of what you're really getting into, and then we'll make sure that Kate is okay staying.
Sure.
And if not, then we'll.
So we have a chair, we have a vice chair, we have a treasurer.
Yep.
Drum roll.
We'll leave Karen as the secretary for now, and then we'll think about it, make sure that that's what y'all wanna do, and then.
You do it
Well,
very
moving this till 5 o'clock is so much helpful.
Okay.
I think it's so much easier for me to get. So
Sure.
4 o'clock wasn't gonna work.
All right.
So you're okay remaining as
I'm fine, I'm good.
secretary?
Yep.
Can I just add something to this discussion, coming right off of this, but for maybe next time?
Yeah.
So one of the things when I threw this out last meeting or whenever I threw this out, what I really had in my mind, and I think we have to do all this pre-work in order to get there, but was to develop some sort of more formal process for additions to the board and then an orientation to the board.
So
That
we
would've been
do
helpful,
have
yeah.
that listed
That
in
would have been,
the big old packet.
yeah.
There,
It's listed in, onboarding a
So-
new member and
Okay.
some of it is our bylaws and what we have created and how we wanna do it, and then some of it is just, this is a guideline from Massachusetts Council on Aging on how.
all right.
So,
I just
yeah,
did an
so we
outline because
can-
I thought we were all doing it, but I realize now
Okay.
we're not. But,
I'd love to see your outline.
but we can, well.
Because when you joined, you just joined and then you just kind of learned is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I knew that,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
did
pretty much.
too.
Same, yeah.
So I feel like.
I made
this your
Eric come to
second
the
or third
meeting and he
meeting?
didn't have
Second.
to.
Oh, so the last meeting was your first one?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed the previous one.
So
I
I
didn't-
just feel like people could benefit from a more a little, I mean,
No, I
I'm not
agree with-
talking formal, but.
Yeah.
And this was not meant to be passed around. You're welcome to look at it, but I thought we were all bringing stuff to the table. So it's not just, it should be my ideas. I just needed to have notes for myself.
Yeah.
No, I think that would have helped me engage better if I had had some process
Yeah.
that was integrating me to the system and
Yeah.
understanding. I mean, because I went off my experience in Natick. This is a very different town.
Right. Yeah, and I think, that in a small town like this, where a lot of people know each other, a lot of people have done these jobs for 100
Right,
years, right?
right.
There's a certain supposition that you must already know things if you're in town. And I knew none of them. And so, we throw out what the budget is or what the grants we have. What do we have to spend in a year? Or, I think probably people should, as board members, be introduced to Kristen and
Agreed.
maybe Dee. And, that we don't necessarily know who they are.
And the thing that I experience different on a small board is I have to get more emotionally involved. And I have to look for things to help out, as opposed to Natick, you're just part of the process.
Yeah.
This is quite different.
Right.
I like it, but it's quite
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think what are the bylaws and what are the,
right, right.
the meeting laws and I want to look at that.
So put together a packet.
I agree.
Yeah, I'll show you this is what I did so far and then we can
Yeah.
just change it all.
No, we don't have to change it all, no.
Is there,
A volunteer handbook,
Mhm.
and we have just implemented something where when people come on board, the select board will send out the volunteer handbook, the ethics training.
Okay.
And whatever else makes sense.
From the volunteer perspective,
From the
okay.
volunteer perspective, so those things will go out, that won't help you with specific COA stuff, but it will help with some of those other
With some of the
things.
onboarding, okay, thank you.
is there a section on new member hazing? When they come on? No.
In the
probably
appendix.
not.
I'm like, are you joking? What are you talking about? The look on
Yes.
your face.
I know. I was just-
Yeah, so
Just trying
anyway,
to be collegial.
if we can just maybe
Sort of
come to the
make 'em
table
tip a
next
cow
week,
over.
next month with, or we can start there and then you can cross things off, whatever.
Right. I think that's a great idea.
It is a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is
Continue with the list.
making sense.
I say continue with the list, Madam Chairman.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Are you
not
taking over
yet.
right now?
You haven't
Yeah.
voted her in.
Oh,
I
that's
like
right,
that.
we haven't taken a
That's
vote
good.
on this yet.
Yeah,
Still you, Bob.
I think that's
Excuse me.
good, if you
Notice how
wanna,
she's influences replacement, how it works that?
yeah, we can talk too. if
All right,
that's-
and my last official
So it's not,
act as chair.
oh goodness.
Email
We
it to everyone.
want to
so
vote
they know.
on the
Yeah.
volunteers for these 4 positions that we have listed.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, I thought we said we were
We're
gonna
gonna
do
do
that
it.
at the next
We're
meeting.
gonna vote next meeting,
At the next meeting.
Yeah.
so people have time.
Still is.
You got one
you are.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
off the
sorry.
hook that easy.
So I have to still buy drinks after the meeting, okay, all right. All right. Director's report.
Oh, that's me again, okay.
It's you,
It's me,
you.
it's me, I told
It's
you
all
it's
about
me.
her, as it
Yeah.
should be.
So speaking of the numbers, so we have In October, we had $2,694.94. That's include, not includes. Includes the $1,500 annual fee for my senior center. So they typically run about $1,400 a month if we don't have any big ticket items. There's about 15,000 left in our budget, and we have, say, 7 or 8 months left of the fiscal year. So I think we're okay money-wise with what we're spending. We do also have our formula grant, which we will be getting another, which I didn't write in here, but we will get another payment in October, and then we'll get a payment in April. And that is now at $16 per senior adult.
The formal grant, is that a state or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. And so it's $16 per senior. I have to confirm because I'm not sure if it goes by a census or by our town clerk numbers. Because we are quite a population, we're a third of the town now. And so just to make sure that I understand, I'm gonna look into and see where their numbers come from.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're talking 1,200 people, and then we get $14,000, and you're kind of like, well, that doesn't add up, or So I just
Right,
want to make sure
right,
that I
right.
understand where that comes from. But
What's the state vehicle for that? You mentioned the state what?
it's AGE. It's aging. That's the acronym now, AGE. But
Yeah.
it was the Executive Office of Elder Affairs.
Yeah, right.
And so I have to provide them how many check-ins we had, how many seniors we have, how many programs we have, all of that stuff, which is why my senior center is so key because all I do at the
The
end
data.
is push a button and it goes to them.
Right.
Where last year I had to physically take out every attendance sheet and
wow.
count how many people attended yoga and how many people did strength.
Yeah. Well, my question is, what is the state grant, the money that, the 16 per senior, what is that called?
Formula grant.
It's a formula
State
grant.
formula grant,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I've heard of that many times.
Yeah, I mean, you've been getting it for ever, and
Yeah.
it's
Since Hector
just
was a
goes
pup.
in an account, so we've got some money in there too. Donations, as of right now, are $205, but we still do have a class on Friday before the month ends. And that is our strength and balance class that has typically been bringing in $18 to $20. It is still by far our largest class for exercise.
$18 to $20 per class?
Yeah,
Oh,
yep. So we'll probably end with about $230, which is kind of the average for the last couple months with adding strength and balance. So those are starting to kind of go up. The upcoming events, I do have an event on Thursday. Speaking of collaborations earlier,
Yep.
it was partnered with Neshoba Neighbors as well as the Lancaster and Bolton Councils on Aging. I will say I felt like Neshoba Neighbors took the brunt of it and kind of just walked us through what they needed from us. But it is creating your path forward. And so I did talk about it in a previous meeting, but we did sell out 40 seats to that between the councils, and Berlin actually has 10 signed up. So I was looking at it, I said, well, nobody called me, but then I looked at the Neshoba Neighbors, and they all called Neshoba Neighbors because they're part of that organization. So I was like, oh, they're ours. And so we end up with 10 residents going to this. So, yeah, so hopefully
And that's
that's
Thursday, you said?
Yeah, it's the 30th, yep.
The 30th.
At the Walton Public Library.
At the Bolton Public Library.
With a
Um,
small meal to follow the
yeah,
presentation,
yeah, light lunch. I think that's how we got them on.
light lunch,
Light lunch.
yeah. And also, I would say.
What is the presentation, did you say?
It's creating your path forward. So there's a gerontologist, a lawyer, just kind of getting people familiar with how to proceed with life or after life care, and you know
Considering
what documents you need. So it kind of takes the stigma out of, to get people thinking, where it's not like, I don't want to think about it, I don't want to do anything, and then your
Right.
kids are left to figure it out.
And it's also takeaway information, and the whole idea is to get people thinking about the issues of the golden ages that you may think you know, or you may have thought about, but you haven't really put them down, and this presentation will do that.
That's
I think
good.
that's great.
I see
That's really
way
good,
too many
yeah.
people that just.
And
don't
I
do
will
that.
say
Yeah.
that it has 40 people attending because there's a lot of phone calling.
Yeah,
Hmm.
which is why, again, I'm trying to get my senior center updated.
Are you going to it?
I am,
You are,
yes.
good.
I have to speak.
Oh, you're just.
Yeah, yeah. Look out.
There is a new program, it's actually out of DDS, but it's for
Acronyms,
older,
acronyms.
Department of Developmental Services.
Thank you.
But it is for older, identifying older caregivers of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Okay.
So just in case, you know, we're not really rural, we're next to major metropolitan areas, but when you get into Western Mass, there's people individuals who are on the spectrum, and they've been dependent on their parents, and they've never made it into the DDS system.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
We actually were, that is something that they covered at the conference. Western Mass is, they're a lot of the times forgotten about. Because they don't have major cities, or the major cities near them are so populated that there's so many people to take care of that they kind of lose that. But so that will round out October on Thursday. So then November 5th, I have a charcuterie board making class that I am running at Northbrook 2 Community Center at 11:30. And then Thursday, November 6th, we have the caregiver burnout session. We have sponsored that event at 19 Carter. It is at 6 p.m. Seems to have some, charcuterie board only has 4 signed up right now. But I do have a different flyer to put out to kind of see if maybe changing the flyer that they see makes them want to go.
How many were you hoping?
I was kind of hoping for 8 to 10. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's just picking people up along these things. It's a lot
Are
of
you
looking at what
going?
other councils on aging are doing
John,
and
you
what's
going?
popular.
I
And
have no idea.
You were asking what it was
meat,
last meeting.
meat
Yeah,
and
yeah,
cheese,
yeah.
and I'm just going to show you how to arrange the board,
Yeah,
and you get
Well,
to take it home with you.
One thing, we've
It is $10.
discussed
$10.
volunteerism before. Almost any group in town is always looking for volunteers, but
And then you should share.
I will
with
say,
us
if you
what
want
it is.
attendance,
Uh,
it's a bit of a pain in the neck, but if you really want attendance, it's something, calling somebody up,
you don't have to
telling
cook
them
anything,
about
you
the
just do
event,
lunch.
and then
Yes.
getting them to, oh, it's then, yeah, do you
Our
need a
thing right now,
ride?
Bob,
You
is that we
get-
don't
It's
have those
November
phone
5th.
numbers to
Yeah,
call
got
them.
it.
I don't have them.
Hmm.
So they did Excel spreadsheets, and
But the-
so
The town street list wouldn't?
there's phone numbers on the street list? I thought that was just the,
Are there
I don't.
phone numbers on the
Phone
street
numbers on the
list?
street list?
I don't think so, actually.
No, it's just the street listing,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what calls are, yes, it's working for Veterans Breakfast, as I'll talk about that in a little bit too. And it is great to get that personal call, and people are like, oh, I didn't even know about it, that sounds great.
Right.
Because to me, I think we're hitting everything in print, we're hitting all the socials.
Yeah.
And people are still telling me that they don't see things, and so I think that's, yes. But the problem is, we didn't have this program, and there were multiple spreadsheets of you attending 4 different events and being in 4 different Excel spreadsheets. So now, if we get Lori's number in there, and you're part of this, and you attend this class, then I do a broadcast, and I say, hi, it's Melissa, we have the following things coming up in November, and you can just send it to everybody, and then you can do reminder calls, or if they've attended exercise, hey, we're starting a new exercise class. And so there's a little bit of legwork that I'm still trying to do a year into this, but I don't disagree. I think calls are more personal, and I think it does get people to go, oh, well, if Bob's going, or if so-and-so is going, I'll go.
And we'll take the COA van. Oh, wait a minute. Gonna get there, huh?
So
Oh,
then
wait. One thing on that, though.
yeah.
How do we go about getting the phone numbers of all of the seniors so you could put out a blast to all the seniors?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
So it's as we're meeting people and as they're coming and as we're holding events and people are signing up for things and registering, or if you
Bob,
have
you
phone
can go knock on
numbers
their
and you want to
doors
give
and
them
ask
to me. But yeah, it's mostly just people, it's having them, if they haven't already been to a program, it's them having to come
Where's
to
that list we
something.
had during COVID? Do you remember we had all those phone numbers? Where did we?
I do have a list.
Okay.
Yeah, because the
Several of them
members all
are
called a certain
no
number.
longer
we
in
all-
and
service.
called
yeah.
everybody.
Right.
A lot of them were landlines, and a lot of people don't have landlines anymore. So we are working off of I do have a list, and then we did have a list, that I have given to a senior tax work-off person who is working on it.
Yeah,
So it's just trying to get all the information in one place.
yeah.
I
And
think we need
that's, yeah.
volunteers to get that list more complete in phone numbers. I did the same thing with the vets thing, because there were 3 veterans lists and they didn't all match.
Yeah.
And then one way to find out the numbers that weren't listed is white pages. You have to pay for that. You have to get into that system. And the other problem with that is, now I'm going to call some people to try to get them to the vet's breakfast, and the number you have dialed is no longer in service.
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud! I just got
Or
it from
it's-
white
it
pages.
was a cell phone, and now that
Right.
number went to somebody
Right.
else, and
Yeah.
so there is some
So there's a
things.
volunteer opportunity for anybody on the
Mhm.
board, is to take a section of the list and try to match names, addresses, and phone numbers. So if we wanted to get to a automatic calling system.
Faster, yeah. We could also, I mean, I did just redo a form too for volunteers, so that'll be posted, so
And
I'll
would
get some
Northbrook
volunteers.
1 and 2 be able to get permission to share phone numbers from there?
So Northbrook 2 does a 1 call for me, so they will call the residents
Okay,
and tell them
good.
what they've got. Northbrook 1, Bob, do you know anything, do they have access to do that?
Well, they certainly have all the numbers. I don't know if they do a 1 call.
Yeah,
I can find out.
okay, and I can see if I can get, the resident service coordinator
Yeah.
and see if we can get approval for them to share. Northbrook 2 doesn't share numbers with me unless they're signing up for something. She'll give me their name, their apartment number, and the phone number. But yeah, otherwise
they'll do the blast
she does a
for you,
1 call.
so.
It's been very good working with them.
Nice.
It has, which is why some events are moving there. I'm trying to meet where the people are to see if
That's
that, you know, will help attendance.
Mhm.
We have, November 13th, I have Veterans Lunch. We switched it to a lunch, because we are 2 days after Veterans Day. So we're gonna do a little celebration for lunch instead of breakfast. November 24th, we have the Thanksgiving meal, at Northbrook 2. It is being catered by Buffet Way. I have 17 people signed up. We had a max of 30, for seats. I am asking if anybody can help me serve, clean up.
I think I can.
It is,
At what time?
What time is it?
it's at 11:30.
Wait, what day is that?
It's a Monday, November 24th. So it is the week of Thanksgiving,
No, yeah, I knew that.
which
Where's it gonna be?
it's at Northbrook too,
Northbrook
in the
too.
community center.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be here.
their community room.
I can always help.
Yeah,
with
I have it on my
Yeah, I mean,
calendar.
okay, okay. Just, it won't be it won't be a lot of work. They're just bringing everything in hot pans, and so we're gonna have to plate it and then get it to them. And the challenge might be some mobility, issues, trying to get up and get a plate, and so if we can just kind of serve the plates and then
Yeah.
get them the stuff.
I have waitress experience.
Oh,
Oh,
good,
perfect.
good. You're
Perfect.
signed up for every event now.
So you have some-
Every food event.
You just did
I
it,
can let you
Linda.
What, so it's on a
I think
Thursday?
I think I'm working.
No,
that
it's
day.
Monday, November 24th.
Monday,
Child
okay.
college.
Yep.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
one of the events we did, who the heck did it anyway? Did a senior luncheon at 19 Carter, and
The Lions Club are doing something.
no, the Girl Scouts provided 3 very, very helpful
Oh,
young
okay.
ladies, and they did serving in a very
Okay.
Oh.
They'll be
They'll
in
be in
school.
school.
chatting with people.
I was just gonna say,
That's what I-
right,
Yeah,
day
so
school, yep.
scratch
Bummer.
that one, but anyway.
Yeah, if we did something over like their Christmas break, because I know now this year there are 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do for 2 weeks.
2
maybe.
weeks?
Yeah, they get like 2 weeks now for Christmas break. And then we do have just things that are on repeat. Strength and Balance is currently on Fridays. November 7th will be the last time it is on Friday. The instructor has asked to move it to Mondays. And one thing that's really good about them, she reached out to everybody in her class and asked if they would be able to switch to Monday.
Wow.
And so they all said yes. And that is, again, our highest attended. So we're seeing about usually 10 to 12 people. Sometimes it's, to get $18, it's like $9. But So that is currently on Fridays at 2 p.m. until November 7th, and then it'll switch to Monday, November 17th.
Still at 2 p.m.?
Yes.
We're trying to
Um,
get the attendance up to 35 so we can ask the town to double our space in this building.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Really?
well,
Okay,
That'll
Bob.
work.
Probably try to
That'll
go to.
work.
They'll
a-
give us this room.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
Drill a
then we
hole through the
have
floor.
yoga on Saturdays at 8:50. Tai Chi is on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. All of our exercise classes are held downstairs in the town offices in room 118. I am working on a couple signs to put downstairs so they know more where they're going when you come right down the lobby. For those new people, we are seeing some out-of-town people. The strength and balance and yoga instructor also does Northborough and Westborough Senior Center, and so some of her people from there have come here. I will say that is one thing that we talk about at the conference too, is just the community of councils on aging. They're not against each other. If somebody has a flyer and you like it and you say, hey Linda, I really like your flyer, they're like, take it, here's the
Yeah.
printable version, edit
Wow.
it, do whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Wow.
So it's a really good community. So I don't mind people coming in. If our people start to get, for lack of better, booted out of programs that we're paying for, then we may just have to either try to move the space, create a wait list. But right now we do not make people register for the classes for exercise. But I get that they do a signage sheet and then I put that in the system. Did you have a question, Bob, before I go on?
No, only that with the time we're committed to, we got about 5 minutes for each of the remaining three.
Okay. So as I said last week, I did attend the Massachusetts Council on Aging Conference. I did 8 sessions over 3 days. There was new Directors 101 and 201 that discussed how we market to seniors, what my job actually is, how we fight the all you do is drink coffee and play bingo mindset that people have. So I learned a lot out of that class. It felt validating, I felt validated that there were other people going through it, and it's not just, you hear it from seniors, you hear it from other people, it's like, no, we do more than that, we help with money and fuel assistance, and so that was good. And then they also had a class on memory cafes, which we don't currently have. It is a dementia-friendly socialization class group. And so there was the senior center, Norwell Senior Center has really done the program well. And so I was going to try to touch base with her and see, because I know of a few people within our community that are cognitively impaired now or have just been diagnosed. And so I think it is I think it's a good thing to look into.
Yeah.
Is it for people with dementia or caretakers or both?
Both.
Both.
That's
So,
good.
yep, and it's for both. And one of the things that was interesting that she said, interesting to me, was you don't actually talk about dementia unless they talk about it. So
That's
you don't
good.
say,
I like that. That's
"Oh,
good.
how are
Yeah.
you feeling today?"
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like how are things going? You're just like, "Hey, come on in,
Good.
Charlie, and sit down and have whatever and make whatever we're making." And they have like, I want to say she said that they had 192 sign-ins
Wow.
Woo.
for this program
How
over
big
I
are-
think the last 2 years.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty
And
significant.
it's a wonderful source for caregivers.
It-
To prevent caregiver burnout. If they can say on Tuesdays, my mother can go to.
And they
Yeah.
stay
Right,
with
right.
them, so it's not like a drop and go. The caregiver does stay, but it also gives you other caregivers.
Oh,
to
that's
talk about.
interesting. So
Yeah, I
when
was wondering
went
when you
to-
said that. I didn't know if
Yeah.
it was a drop and
When
go.
I went to
Yeah.
Hudson,
And some of them do it like that. Some
It was
of them
a-
give
it
a
was a
caregiver
day.
respite.
Yeah.
But some of them do not. And so Norwell does not. They are come with your person,
But Hudson does a drop on?
Hudson does it with one of the other towns, Marlboro,
I
maybe?
think it's Marlboro.
And but it's, I think they do it 2 days a week.
I think there's one more. I think it's Westboro, Marlboro, Hudson.
Maybe, right.
And I think they rotate the days that they have
But,
it.
yeah, and so you know, you sign up for so many days a week, and then the programming, and obviously you have safety considerations and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But then the
What is it,
caregivers.
is there a charge for it?
No,
It's free.
I don't believe,
It's free?
I don't believe there
There's
was a.
there's
Not a
grants
name
out
of it?
there as well too for like dementia friendly
Yeah.
grants and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So a lot of them do have grants. A lot of them had ARPA funds left. So there was, you know, there was some stuff, but
Yeah.
no, they do not charge them.
And this service takes place where?
So
At
the
the
one,
senior
yeah, the one
center.
that I really was that led the class is in Norwell, and it's at the senior center.
But you're it's, the
I'm
one you're
talk-
talking
Oh, the
about
one
is in Hudson?
That
Hudson,
Hudson, Marlboro, Westboro,
Which
that
they
rotate, I
rotate
think.
the
I
location?
think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's like Tuesdays is Northborough, Wednesdays is something.
Yep.
Thursday,
Yeah.
like whatever
But
the
it's
schedule
open
is.
to
There's
those
3 days a week. And you
3
go to
towns
those
or
3.
open to anybody?
So you have a
It's anybody,
caregiver
it's
who
yeah.
can, yeah, I think it's open to other towns besides those.
Mm-hmm.
But so the caregiver can just have a day off, or that can be a day that they can work, or, you
Yeah.
know.
So
that
it's just
kind-
socialization for the folks?
It's
who come in?
socialization,
That are
yeah.
going through
Yeah.
the same thing
Yeah.
that,
Interesting.
you
And,
know,
you
have
know,
the same.
What kind of
Yeah.
numbers are we
Like an
talking
informal
about
support
in
group.
terms of
Yeah.
users?
Well,
Oh, they
No.
have.
more of
Well, for the
a,
caregiver ones.
Oh, the
I would
caregiver,
but
but-
the one she was talking about in Norwell would be.
they would have probably support
I
for
see
the
what you're saying.
They
caregiver.
do.
Like,
yeah.
They have
informal
volunteers.
Oh.
Yep, they have volunteers that are dementia friendly certified.
Interesting.
And then they also just have like, you know, people that are kind of just milling around, serving them, getting them more coffee or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever
Yeah.
the friendly faces.
Yeah.
Bob, I think she said that they're seeing like 24 people per per session.
Oh, wow.
And they're hosting it, I think, if I recall, Norwell was bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, yeah.
Norwell was bi-weekly. So they do it every other week, and then there was another town that did it bi-monthly because they were,
How long,
Doing-
how long for the programs? How long are they there?
I think it's 2 hours. Yeah.
I think
And some
the-
of them are dancing, some
the
of them are music.
Hudson
They had a
one
DJ one
is
time.
all
I
day.
mean,
I'm just trying to
it's
figure.
like 9
trying
to 2 or something like that.
Conceptualize their fit in the space we have.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, we may need to host something like that at 1870 or
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something. But we'll.
And you have to consider the space, because you don't want people to be running away, or, you know,
Yeah.
things
So
like
you're,
that.
Yeah.
you're thinking of implementing something like
Yeah.
this? Okay.
Yeah.
Good
Yep.
idea.
And then the last thing, the new thing that I learned was social prescribing. And so it's essentially anybody, a doctor who can write a script, writes one for socialization. And so anxiety, depression, loneliness, isolation, anything that's keeping seniors homebound, their fear of social,
Right.
things, or not having anybody to go with, or things like that. So the company is Art Pharmacy, and it's in its early stages of trialing this, but yeah, it's basically they find Linda, and Linda says, I'm feeling lonely, this is what's going on, I would like to go do these things, but I don't have anybody to go with. And they also do, I don't know, when you go to the doctor, they do like your loneliness, they check you like several times a month, or in the last 30 days, or have you been lonely, or have you felt helpless? And so they do that survey with each client, and then what they do is determine places in the area that they can go or might be interested in. They give them like 5 options, and they say, here are your 5 options, what do you think? And they pay for it for that person. If the thing is you're avoiding isolation, so you want a buddy, they do have people that will go as the buddy. And Art Pharmacy, through grants and whatnot, pays for everything.
And
then
transport
they check in. Mhm.
Nice.
Yep, and they check in with them, and after the event, and they say, hey, Bob, how are you feeling? What did you think? And
Wow.
some people will be like, absolutely not. I don't want to do that again. Or the example they use is pottery. Some people were super excited about pottery, and then one client came back and said, sitting,
Right.
in theory it sounded good, but sitting, my back hurt, and blah, blah, blah. And so they were like, okay, let's try this.
Yeah.
She said there's like 250,000 events happening in Massachusetts.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, and so she's like, you just have to find them and match people. So, yeah,
Yeah,
How
I
does,
think I
how
can
does
get
one
going,
get
too.
into
Okay.
these programs? How does this particular one,
How does what?
how does one get into this program?
So it would be, there's a referral process, and so the
See,
prescribing doctor would say,
Okay,
prescribing
got it,
doctor
got
would
it,
say,
okay,
you need to
okay,
contact
got it,
this,
okay.
and then they would call, and then they go over all
Doctor
the
referral,
information.
got
They
it.
have it's called a care navigator,
Is
is
that
that
okay?
middle person. Yeah, sure. That would connect
That's a great
the
service.
rest of them.
You're getting
I-
people
it's-
to express their
And
needs
so
you help
she
them
was funny
fulfill them,
because
yeah.
she said, we all see it, and we all understand it, especially,
Yeah.
you know, in the council on aging, even kids and whatever. The United States hasn't really bought into it yet. And so their company is really working hard at
Wow.
trying to prove, and the one insurance company that is currently paying for it, involved in it, is Tufts. So.
I just saw something online that, I think it was Denmark, physicians can now write scripts for travel.
Really?
Oh, okay.
If you say you're just really tense and anxious and life has been like that, they can write a script for you to travel. And
Yeah.
you can go and travel and unwind a little bit, John.
Can they write?
A check.
So they don't do prescriptions, they're writing a plan.
No, they're writing
They
prescriptions.
yeah, it
Wow.
comes through as a prescription. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. It was very interesting. And so the other takeaway from that was the first thing they did was they did an app this year on your phone, and so all of the speakers put their slides into the app. And so sometimes we all know when we go to a conference, it's like there's two things that I want to see at the same time, and you can't. And so you had the slide deck from the one that you couldn't go to, and you
That's
still
nice.
can get the information. It was well done this year. I really liked it.
Wow.
So just some things that I'm thinking about. You know, it can't all happen,
Yep.
which brings me to the survey results. So the number one thing was trips.
Yeah.
Was the number one response from the surveys, and I am working with smaller councils on aging in the area to collaborate on some trips. To
That makes
start,
sense.
I don't think that we can sell a 50-person bus. And then if you can't sell a 50-person bus, you have 25, then who pays for that?
Right,
Us.
right.
yeah.
The
got
other
it,
people, you put the cost
Got
on
it.
them. So
Got it.
if we kind of collaborate with the smaller towns and we each get 10 seats, and if you don't sell out your 10, then you contact, it's talking to the other
Yeah.
agencies. So we do have a couple of those. Unfortunately, one of the towns, their program coordinator just left. So they're not really booking anything new right this minute. And then the next one was exercise during the week. So we did add strength and balance. We also added a core class, which we are trying. I have one signed up for Thursday.
Really?
Yes.
I was about
Maybe
to give
two.
up.
Yeah. No, maybe
Okay,
two.
good, I'll be there.
And so we have the strength and balance class, which is now our highest attended, and then we did have we added John's core class. I think
When is
once,
that? That's not on here, I don't see.
no, I didn't put it on there.
Thursday at 2.
We haven't had any attendees yet,
Oh.
but it's only been 3 weeks, and so I feel like that's a class that once they go and they see that they can do it,
Yeah.
they'll start talking to their friends, saying, "Yeah, I can do it."
That's what I
Core,
was,
like
yeah,
abs.
Yeah,
Core?
abs.
yeah,
Mhm.
core.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very simple, but yeah, that's what I was hoping. If
And
I
where are
could-
you holding that, John?
Downstairs.
Downstairs.
Oh, it's, okay.
Room 118.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we had music was third on the list, and I did in the last meeting talk about Cultural Council. I have applied for a couple grants through them to bring on musical guests in April and May, as well as a magician in March. I don't know. We might get some. We might not. We might get the
Come on,
money.
that might be the most
I
popular
might-
event of
Right.
the year.
Right.
You never
So
know,
it's
right?
You can also collaborate with the Berlin seniors, because they're doing programs and sometimes
Yeah,
don't get a huge turnout.
I
Although
would
in that
love to.
case, we're doing a lot of phoning,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
builds up the,
Mhm.
I've asked for
Attendance.
the meetings. I've asked for emails, and there has not been a response. So we'll visit
oh,
that later.
I'll respond, because I'm part of that group.
The
Go figure.
fourth one was monthly lunches. So I do have some catering companies that I'm kind of getting pricing through, as well as donations from local restaurants. the thing that's hard about Berlin is we don't have a lot of local restaurants in town.
Right.
And so a lot of the restaurants, as you get further out, are getting a ton of requests from people within their own
Right.
communities.
Yeah.
However, I have talked to Chief McQuillan about what they did for the open house, and so he's going to kind of give me some pointers on what to ask for, because they had a great turnout there for a couple locations that donated some food too. So,
Nice.
and then the last one, for the top 5 anyway, was theaters. This is a tough one, because theater tickets aren't always the cheapest. And so you're also going to more popular cities and at night. And so we do have some,
Well, Hanover
Days.
Theater has a lot on the weekends. We go to the Hanover Theater a lot in Worcester.
yes, if you need a ride though, that's the van. And so we just have to like
Fine, I'll bring them with me.
yeah,
My
we'll just
own
drive
van.
them. And so it's not impossible,
Yeah.
but I did just start kind of getting into the research of it.
Yep.
And Mechanics Hall does have,
Free brown bag concerts.
they do. My
Oh, they
question
still
on
do
that
Yeah.
was the feasibility of either us providing a lunch, like a brown bag lunch, them getting it from concessions, like just finding out all this information on,
You can buy lunch there, or you can bring your own, or if you're in a group home, they put the lunch together, they call and
Yes.
reserve a table or 2 tables,
Yeah.
each seating 8 to 10 people.
right.
And they run a series of 2 or 3 concerts, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. That's excellent.
I did see it. I'm just saying the feasibility of if we have a van going, and it's not always just the van, but we have to think about if these are some things that we're using the van for, we're gonna have people with mobility issues trying to carry in their own
Right.
lunch with their
Absolutely.
walkers, like,
Absolutely.
do they buy it there? That's an added expense for them. So it's just, there's a whole bunch of things that go into, I would love to just be like, hi, Hanover Theater, I need 42 tickets to the Christmas Carol that's coming. The tickets were $135 to $158.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I
And you
get
can
it.
probably get group
Well, you can.
rates.
There's probably
You can, but
a
if you
senior
have
rate
enough
too.
people,
It's
Yeah.
still high.
It's still high.
And it's
still, yeah.
it's tough because you don't know the people.
You
People
leave
have
it?
to commit
We
to
have
it.
to adjourn, because now we're
Yeah.
not at a quorum,
Yeah.
so.
Do I have to stay?
No,
No,
you
we-
can you can
we
you
just-
can go. We just had van operations.
Oh, okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
We have an offer out to
Sit
somebody.
back down, John.
We have an offer out to somebody.
Oh, you
and
do?
they did
Okay.
accept.
Oh.
And they have returned their paperwork, their new employee packet. They did go for their physical, or they were going within yesterday or
Interesting.
today.
Okay.
I am hoping for a November 10th start date for her. I am currently waiting on EMS to tell me a day for her first aid training. They did ask that we have more than just her. So I know that I was putting this out to the group. I know we did talk about some people wanted to get recertified. Kate was one of them. So I will send it out
Yeah.
to see when I have a day.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
good.
It's gonna be quick though. It's not gonna be like 3 months down the road because we need to get her
Right.
up
Started,
and
yeah.
trained and certified. So I'm hoping that the date will work for others. There may be other town employees that need it, but they just wanted to get the most out of the class versus doing a one-off.
Makes
I
sense.
do have,
Can you tell us who it is
Seniors.
that you've hired or not?
her name is Patty Frost. She is from Sterling.
Okay.
Yes,
Thanks, John.
Adjourn us.
yeah,
What's that?
Thanks, you
Adjourn
too.
us.
because we don't
See
have
you
enough now.
guys. Take care.
All in favor of adjourning? Yes, yes.
Aye.
Yes,
We're
6:01.
adjourned.